Welcome to an amazing travel. Do you consider yourself brave enough? Would you sleep in this creepy places? Xochimilco Island in Mexico is better known as the Island of Dolls. But no humans live there anymore. Only dolls. Thousands of mutilated toys hang from ceilings, trees, and boats moored on the shore. Some are huge, others are tiny, a few are decapitated heads. In 1950, Julian, a man who lived in the island, found the body of a drowned girl at the bottom of the waterway just outside his door. After that, troubles started. In the mornings Julian started seeing ghosts, and one day woke up and found all his crops had died. He tried many things to improve his crops, but he couldn't because the spirit damaged it. He became more and more scared. So he started collecting dolls as a way to protect himself from the spirit. Locals claim that the island is haunted. They swear to see ghosts and shadows talking. There's paranormal activity and the concentration of energy is strong. You can actually feel it. That is why the Island of the Dolls ranks as one of the most terrifying places in the world. The Stanley Hotel, in Colorado, is one of the country's most notoriously haunted destinations, as well as the famed inspiration for Stephen King's acclaimed horror novel The Shining. The Stanley Hotel has had a lot of unusual activity over its long history, and employees, guests, and historians alike agree that it is one of the most haunted hotels in Colorado. Perhaps even the entire country. In fact, it has been sought out by every major ghost hunting show on television, as well as a growing list of documentarians and amateur ghost hunters, podcasters, many of whom have discovered not one, but many paranormal hotspots spread across the hotel and its grounds. One hotspot that has caught the attention of psychic mediums worldwide is the hotel's main staircase, an impressive piece of classical architecture that has for many years been affectionately referred to as the Vortex. This stairway, which connects the hotel lobby to the second-floor suites, is believed to be a kind of paranormal portal, a tunnel of spiritual energy that is often cited as the reason why so many ghosts and lost spirits continue to hang around the Stanley Hotel. Classical piano can be heard coming from the hall late at night, long after the musicians have left and the guests have retreated to their rooms. Many guests on the fourth floor speak of children running through the halls, laughing and playing into the late hours of the night. In the rooms themselves, closet doors are said to open and shut on their own, and people's items, especially clothing, tend to go missing, only to reappear later, put away neatly in a drawer. Of all the rooms, 428 seems to be the most active, with reports of heavy footsteps moving across the room and furniture being rearranged as the occupants sleep. Even more troubling, the ghost of a lone cowboy has made himself known time and time again, surprising a sleeping guest by appearing at the edge of their bed. Guests in room 217 have long been reporting personal items being moved around the room, or lights being turned on and off. Capuchin Catacombs of Palermo, the place where the living meet the dead. Located in Italy, this cemetery is one of the most impressive places to visit in the world and a macabre spectacle. There you will find thousands of well-dressed mummies below a monastery. Pinned to the walls, sitting on benches and shelves and tucked away in open coffins are nearly 8,000 corpses, each one dressed in their Sunday best suit. Initially, priests would lay the dead on shelves and allow them to drip until they were completely depleted of bodily fluids. A full year later, the dried-out corpse would be rinsed with vinegar before being redressed in their best attire and sent to their proper room, to stand for eternity. A place suspended between life and death, this is not a place you want to be locked in at night. The Sedlec Ossuary in the Czech Republic is decorated with human bones that were bleached and carved. As the story goes, a local abbot made a pilgrimage in the 13th century to Jerusalem and brought back some sacred soil to spread across the church cemetery. This made Sedlec Cemetery one of the region's most popular places to be buried. When the plague ravaged Europe in the 14th century, nearly 30,000 victims were added to the plots. The Crusades then brought 10,000 more, not to mention other burials followed over time. When the community started to construct the Gothic church in the 15th century, many bones were moved and stacked in pyramids in the ossuary beneath the new building. Everything was left undisturbed until 1870, when the church hired a local woodcarver, Francis Rint, to create something beautiful from the staggering piles of bones. He used them to decorate the holy space. This church displays some of the world's more macabre art. Yawata no Yabushirazu, which means forbidden forest of Yawata, has also become an idiom for to get lost. Located in Ichikawa City, as a leftover clump of bamboo forest right in the middle of an otherwise thoroughly modernized part of town. But more so than the jarring shift in the urban landscape, what makes it famous is that folk tales say it's a forbidden place, and should you set foot inside the grove, you'll never return. Some blame it on a local kitsune, or fox spirit deity, while some claim that the forest is haunted by the ghost of some ancient samurai lord. Other theories posit that there is either a bottomless pit or some source of poisonous gas within the forest. But nobody knows for sure why people disappear there. There are many stories of people going inside, but no stories of people getting out.